Brennan devastates the Critical Role cast in a brutal new episode. Is Brandon Sanderson working on a Cosmere Magic the Gathering set? And Critical Role's new video game smashes Steam.
Great success.
Welcome to Fantasy News Friday on the Character Sheet, your home for the week's biggest fantasy and TTRPG news. Before we dive into some truly massive Critical Role spoilers, why not take a second and hit those like and subscribe buttons? Even just hitting the like button really helps these videos out, and we really appreciate it. And then, let's dive into the news. Brennan Mulligan warned the cast that Critical Role Campaign 4 would be deadly. And just 4 episodes in, he proved his point in a truly brutal combat that left a character dead and could have easily turned into a full party wipe had Matt Mercer not started rolling out of his mind and had Lady Aranessa not turned out to be a super powerful NPC. As it was, Octus, played by Alex Ward, was basically instantly killed by his father Primus, who turned out to be the force behind the undead attack on the Davanos estate, and the death of Sir Julian's father. And he was nearly followed right after by Thaisha, as Abria's character went unconscious as well and immediately rolled a nat 1 on her death saving throws. Was actually rolling some spectacularly terrible dice. It took a lot of crits by Matt Mercer and the reveal that Lady Aranessa was in fact a very powerful spellcaster to keep Primus Draconis from just annihilating the party, as they tried to fight it out longer than was probably prudent instead of just fleeing from this incredibly powerful opponent. And while Octus's death, which involved his dad basically shoving the artifact that Velos had been hunting for into his chest before Octus's spirit later ripped it out in the afterlife and basically fully destroyed himself, was something that Alex and Brennan had planned ahead of time, the rest of the party nearly dying felt like a very real possibility. In fact, the chat kept joking that these were the Seekers and they would be seeking a way back from the afterlife. In the end, they did manage to escape with the dead body of Octus and turn to Belair, who we learned in truly creepy fashion was basically the Dread Pirate Roberts of Magical Masks, who passed from body to body, leaving a corpse behind every single time, for help to try and bring Octus back. With that help from Belair, and the use of Marisha's stored natural 20 as a divination wizard, they managed to create an unprecedented feat of magic that actually brought Octus back, but perhaps not the way they intended. In the cooldown, it was revealed that Alex wanted Octus to be a hollow one, so with true resurrection not really possible in this world without gods, the Octus we have now is something not quite dead and not quite alive, brought back by necromancy instead of by divine magic. And we learned that Brennan was true to his word about Campaign 4 being lethal, as the group's refusal to run early in the fight against Primus nearly led to their deaths, which was confirmed later by Brennan, with Abria being the second character to be a single death saving throw away from kissing their character goodbye. We still don't know who the Seekers and the Schemers will be, but with an underworld war brewing and the soldiers off to find the answers about who betrayed their plan to save Thayazi, Critical Role Campaign 4 is officially off to the races, and we can't wait to see the first Soldiers episode next month.
I'm your knight in shining armor.
In other Critical Role news, Dispatch, their new video game in partnership with Ad Hoc Studios, and the subject of one of their future animated series, has released its first 2 episodes and has immediately shot to the top of the Steam charts. The game, which is already part animated series and part Telltale-style narrative adventure, shot straight to number 1 upon release and has been getting glowing reviews praising the storyline, the animation, and gameplay since launch. With Critical Role planning future animated content in this Dispatch universe already, and with much of the cast involved with voicing the game, the instant success of Dispatch points to an incredibly bright future for that entire universe. And with the rest of the episodes to follow in the next few weeks, and Critical Role doing a Dispatch Universe one-shot for their next show this coming Thursday, you can see how this superhero universe could be the perfect setting for a new animated series for the cast, and possibly even more actual play adventures or campaign. And we can't wait to see how they plan to keep expanding this amazing new Dispatch universe in 2026.
I only came in as I thought we were playing Magic the Gathering tonight. I am hoping we still may.
And finally, Brandon Sanderson is a huge Magic the Gathering fan, as you can often see him talking about the game or playing from his incredible Magic the Gathering cube on his own YouTube channel. But a recent visit to Wizards of the Coast HQ has fans wondering if he's teaming up with Magic the Gathering to create a Cosmere-based Universes Beyond set for the game. The author showed up in a video on Magic the Gathering's social channels, where Sanderson talked about his favorite Magic the Gathering sets, including Legends and Tarkir Dragonstorm, and has fans convinced that the promotion from Magic the Gathering itself is paving the way for a Cosmere Universes Beyond set somewhere down the line. With the Cosmere RPG having smashed Kickstarter records with over $15 million raised, and other fantasy settings like Lord of the Rings and Final Fantasy smashing sales records for Wizards of the Coast and Magic the Gathering, the combination of those two does seem to make some sense. So we will be keeping our eyes on the official Magic the Gathering social media pages to see if the Stormlight Archive and the Mistborn series could truly be making their way into Magic the Gathering sometime in the very near future. And that's all we have this week on Fantasy News Friday. Let us know what your favorite story was down in the comments, and don't forget to hit those like and subscribe buttons.